Right, this question asks us to write a Python program to calculate midpoints of a line. The hint here is to understand Cartesian coordinates x and y. I already searched for Cartesian plane and you can see here a bunch of results. For instance, one of from Math Planet shows 2 points. One is compatible with x and y of 4 and 3 and -2 and 1. And the midpoint is around here. The way that we can calculate it is getting the average of x's and then y's. So let's do it. I'm gonna make up 2 new points here, point A and B. So I say A equals, and it's basically a tuple from data structure standpoint. And then we say in this tuple we have 4 compatible to x1 and then 9, which is our y1. Then we have point B, and then for point B we have for instance x2 of 3 and then y2 of, for instance, 7. Now let's calculate the average of x's. So x1, x2, the average. The way that we calculate it, basically we say 4 plus 3 divided by 2. But let's basically use our Python knowledge. The way that we can get a hold of this x1 is we can say, for instance, if we can get the position 0 of this point A. So I'm going to say A position 0, which is 4, plus x2, which is 3. And in this case, I'm going to say B position, again, 0, which is the same as 3. And then I'm going to put the whole thing in a parentheses and then divided by 2. And I'm going to store this object in a variable. I'm going to call it x midpoint. And then I'm going to print that midpoint. I'm going to say the midpoint of x1 and x2 is equal this midpoint, x midpoint. And I'm gonna format it. All right, so I'm just gonna put a dot here, and then I'm gonna do the same thing for y midpoint. I say y midpoint equals to, so again we have now y1 here. We're gonna get the average of y's, right? So we need y1 and y2. y1 is 9. The way that we can get a hold of it is we say position 1 in point A. So A position 1 plus B position 1 and then divided by 2, print, again, f string, let's say the midpoint of y1 and y2 is equal this y midpoint. And I'm gonna basically run it. So you can go in one further step. You can say C equals x midpoint for x's, and then y midpoint for y's, and then print C at the end. So let's run it now. And there you go. The midpoint of x1 and x2 is equal 3.5. And then the midpoint of y1 and y2 is equal 8. So here's the new point. It's basically 3.5 and 8. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Thanks for being a fan.